Hey y'all, it's Justin here, and we are going to restyle this writing desk. It's a little writing desk that I found in an antique shop made in Italy, and I've had it for a couple of years, but it's mostly been filled with tchotchkes, and I kind of wanted to streamline it and clean it up a bit, make it a little bit more visually appealing rather than a bunch of things that catch your eye and kind of don't play well together. So I will walk you through how I do it. I'll walk you through the pieces that I've found, where I've found them, and hopefully it inspires you to maybe look around a room and find something to repurpose or position it differently, or take from one area and move to another, and kind of just used what you have to make something look new and different. We're going to start off with the middle shelf here. It's the medium width of the three different sections. These do lift out. They're not super sturdy. They've got a little give. I would like to get them replaced with glass at some point, and then add a light so that you can see everything in here, because it does get dark if you don't light the room. But the first piece we're going to start off with is a vintage oil painting. An excellent resource for vintage oil paintings, vintage watercolors, any kind of painting. I've had the best luck on eBay, and I know that sounds weird, but you type in the kind of thing that you're looking for, and in my case, I have a collection going of all landscape oil paintings and all landscape watercolor paintings. So the search engine keeps it for me, and I just go back in and I do a search upon new listed items. So we're going to start off with this beautiful little painting. It's probably about an 8x10, I'm guessing, not 100% sure. This one is not signed. You can get them signed and dated. That's just more authenticity. It's on canvas. So we're going to start with this piece in the center shelf, placing it in the center. See how that fits beautifully. And like I said, we're just simplifying here. This was full of tchotchkes, so we're going very minimal. The next piece we're going to come in with is a vintage clock. This clock I also found on eBay. Has this cute little door in the back. And I think it was maybe, I know for sure it was under $20. But we're gonna go in, and this moves. We're gonna make sure that that just is upright. We're gonna go to one side of the painting, overlapping it just a little bit so that this holds the painting up. And we've got a nice stair step down. On the second side, just a little clear jar. Like I said, I'm just going for something very minimal. So just 3 items on this shelf. And I'm trying to keep it in line, but as well, you can see when I shut the doors that takes away some of my vision as well. So I want to make sure that I'm also able to see everything when I close the door. On the top shelf, we're going to go in with something a little bit larger, and we're going to go in with this vintage blue and white plate. This is made in England. I'll show you the stamp there. And it's a serving plate. And I'm going to use a little bit of this, which is called tacky. And I don't want to use a plate rack to hold this up. I just want it to lean against there. So I'm going to take just a little dab of it. And we are going to use that to hold the plate up. So I'm going to start with it there. Oh, make sure that your flour is up. And I know that I want this towards the way back, because I got other things I'm going to put in here. And I'm just going to set it in that tacky. Now that is not going to be the only thing that holds this in place, and I've already had that planned out. So next I'm coming in with 2 brass candle holders. I like the contrast in metal. I also like that the oval matches the oval in the plate. We're going to start with this, and you'll notice how that slides under the one side of the plate, and I've overlapped it, and then I'm going to set the second one to the side of that. So now we have three. We have our centerpiece, our taller, and our shorter, bringing our eye down and out. And now the last piece for this side is a vintage vase or urn. And this is the marking on the bottom. This I found at another vintage shop. And this is going to slide a little bit over the plate. The indentation of the plate is what is going to allow this to stay or allow this to hold the plate in place as well. So we've just got 4 items on that section. On our last shelf, we've got blue and white up there. We're gonna go blue and white on the bottom. So we have continuity. This is another plate from England. I don't know if I have that facing the right direction for you to read. This is the castle. And we are going to center this plate as well, again using a little piece of that tacky to hold it in place. I'm first going to set it where I want it. I am going to pick it up, and then I am going to place it in that little piece of tacky. And notice how that holds it up. Oh, we've got a second plate that this came with. It's a set. This is again an eBay find. And I just searched vintage England china blue and white. And I think this set was under $30, like $25, $27, something like that. And we are going to use this as our stair step down. Now you notice that tacky did not hold it when I walked away, so we're going to make sure that we get it pressed in a little bit better. And also our plate rack here is going to help for our second one hold this up. So we are again stair stepping down on the opposite side, a grouping of 2 blue and white. So we've got 2 and 1 tying the 2 together. And we are coming in with another eBay find. This is an old tea bag holder with a cute little lid. Great etched find, again under $20. And we are going to put that off to the other side of this plate. It too has an indentation on the back that will hold the plate. Very simple. We're not going to do any more. I changed this up per season, so this will be what it is for now until we get to fall, and then I'll change everything to fall. But again, to walk through eBay, this I got at a thrift shop called Gift and Thrift, and that I think was $4. These I got at another thrift shop, and I think one was $7 and one was $8. eBay, Home Good, I think that was like $6. And those were eBay, and that was eBay. And now let's close it up. You see how the glass pushed that vase into place. This is only like 4.5 inches deep, so it's very limited as far as what you can put in here. But very clean lined, very simple, very different from what was in here. I had a lot of tchotchkes, so I'm loving this clean design. I hope this inspires you to take a look around and make a few changes to make your space feel new and fresh.